be magnified by your opponent. So I feel like that is one thing that SRG needs to fix.
Okay, so will they fix it as we head into the draft for game number 2? Action-packed for the first 8 minutes until eventually ran away from the hands of SRG. We now enter broken walls and SRG goes blue side.
This is a good start. By going blue, again, you up your win rate by a large fraction, and you also get to dictate what's allowed in that first pick swing, which in the first game was Freya.
Among the planes exists
And it looks like Alter Ego will let that through. They know. So they're saying, hey, Innocent, are you willing to go first pick Freya?
Yeah, that's tricky. You can also go for the first pick Leomord, but then Alter Ego will just go for Freya. So with it, it's like, no matter what happens, there will be a trade. If SRG goes for the Freya first pick, I think Alter Ego will just choose to go for maybe just the Leomord and then the Hilda eventually. Because what we do know is that if you draft the Freya, you will go for an assassin jungler, and Hilda eventually becomes, you know, the value of Hilda becomes really high. I think that the best option is to pick the Leomord actually.
Oh.
Sora.
All right.
You know what's happening?
Is this going to be the first time we'll see Cram on this Sora? Because if I recall correctly, all the Sora games for SRG was for Innocent. We might not have seen Cram on this hero just yet.
You're right.
Oh!
Sora has never been in the hands of Cram.
Not even hiding anything. It's Kimi Valentina. Well, this could be XP Valentina. This could be Gold Valentina.
Yeah. You really just have to adjust.
Depending on where they feel the Sora will go, which again, most likely, in the hands of an Innocent.
SRG must get the Hilda now. I feel like Yisenchin and Hilda could be a good opening here for SRG. Maybe a Hayabusa along the way, but also the threat of the Leomord is also a problem. So I think it's either Leomord plus the Hilda or Yisenchin Hilda for SRG, I mean.
So they get the Hilda. And the Baksha, they are gonna die on this hill.
Yeah,
Wolf.
so.
This is it. This is the new SRG.
Wow.
Oh no.
I'd like to
scared.
think,
I'm legitimately scared for
I'd like to think it's not a matter of mastery. I'd like to think it's just AE are not the team to run that kind of lineup into. But wait, let me see. Did Rora PH try this? They tried it once.
Yeah.
Rora PH tried the utility jungler meta once onto them,
Yeah.
and it was a Fredrin.
Was a Fredrin indeed. Okay. World is their oyster. Alter Ego, they can't go for their assassin right now, or maybe just go for a Kalia. Oh, wait, was banned out. It's the Leomord. I mean, it's just between Leomord as well as Yisenchin, and then right now what they're going to do is to ban the marksman for Innocent, like the hard carry marksman.
So that they can kind of ensure that it goes where they want it to go.
Exactly. They just ban the Claude. Maybe a
Ranger
Harith?
or Granger.
Oh, Granger, yeah, Granger. Because I think they're fine with the Harith because that will mean that Baksha and Harith is the combo, which is like ultra magic based for SRG.
Yep.
I think they just banned Claude. They banned Esmeralda.
Interesting.
Interesting. Or maybe they will fourth pick the Freya, that's why they're not afraid.
Alter Ego is such an anomaly, even though you have a very clear idea of how they want to play and the heroes they want to play, that I'm taking a lot of time right now trying to think of the draft.
We literally have 1 day left in the tournament, and until now you say you think you know them.
Yeah. And on this day, I still can't see clearly.
Yeah. It's so difficult, especially for Alter Ego, because it's just mainly because of how flexible they can be. But for SRG, if you want this to be safe, you are looking for... Actually, no, you don't even look for XP. You look for a road ban here.
Yeah, Alter has to bridge the first phase to the second. Because it's clear what they're trying to do with the first phase, but after bans, we don't know. Because even SRG is just kind of going, they're not hard denying. It's more of just, we make sure you go this way.
Yeah. You know what kind of sucks here for SRG? They have to choose whether or not they're willing to give either the Yuzhong or the Uranus to Nino.
Yeah. Uranus will be so difficult. Although they do have the backshot, so at least they have that anti-sustain, but overall, that's not the easiest. Actually, you know what? What if Alter Ego prioritizes the glue now?
Ooh.
Because that will mean that they can flex it, actually.
Yeah, what if Roam Glue is actually just their answer to the utility jungle?
Exactly.
Just ruins your back line.
However, because of the presence of the Hilda, you need some way to kind of stop the potential invades coming down from SRG. So you always think, do I pick the Khalid or do you pick the Hylos or the Cho? In combination with the Kimi, you typically want to go for a Gatot Kacha actually to help you out, or with that Hylos.
That used to be the bane of many ranked game players. The duo of Kimi Hylos, instant stars.
And with the reach, mid laner's gone. That will be really tough no matter what you end up with. They ban out the Cho, and that would have been good for Selangor, for Alter Ego, despite them not having the sheer burst with the Cho Kimi. It is annoying. Someone gets kicked, attraction pulse comes out, and next thing you know, you get help the guy that just got kicked.
Alright. Glue might be a good... Glue, like I said, is a good pick, but I do feel like Hylos such a neutral pick for Alter Ego that really opens up the draft for them. There's not much counter.
Also, they're broken walls.
Yep.
It's a neutral map.
That's also very true. It's at Silas. And of course, the double horse technique is great. Okay. Roam Guinevere.
Yep. Confirmed. This is Alex Guinevere.
So much magic damage, obviously.
Yeah, and backed up with a Leomord. This could be on the way to another long stomp if SRG cannot put in more bodies or more mobile heroes. I just realized, they cannot put many more bodies. Their bodies are Baksha, Sora, Hilda.
Yeah.
Their last two picks here need some form of survivability or can last in team fights long. This is an honest approach by Alter Ego. If Stormy has a Lilia under his belt, this would be the time to bring it out.
Yep. Claude is so tempting for SRG because they need that hard carry. They go Zip. Okay. And there's the Claude. But now you are in trouble. You might receive the Freya again.
Yeah. Because the Freya's not banned out.
Freya's not banned out.
And it's another fighting lineup. Alter Ego just refused to change who they are.
And you already know that the Sora is going XP, right? So the Valentina lane is going to be there. It's going to be okay.
Yeah. Yep.
The Freya is open. One of the other, maybe the next alternative must be the Harith, but I doubt it will be the case here for RP. It's just a low-hanging fruit. Why would you change what's not broken?
Maybe their hesitation of picking up Freya here is because of the Zet, Nope, of course not. Nope.
They just thought about it, but they did not hesitate.
Yeah.
Or maybe they took the time just to talk about the first few minutes of the game.
Yep.
Just decide, hey, here's what we're going to do.
Delayed, not denied.
Delayed, not denied.
At this point, considering it's Alter Ego, I'm still going to lean towards Alter Ego for this draft.
I cannot not root for Alter Ego in this draft, so I'm going Alter Ego.
Insanity is repeating something and hoping for something new, but no, this is the same. It's the Freya.
Oh.
I'm so Alter champs.
It's one of those scenarios where we have to say SRG desperately needs to win this game number 2, because for the second game in a row, they give Leomord, they give Freya, they picked up a Sora when a Valentina's open. They didn't do that in the previous game, but that in itself in M7 feels like a cardinal sin. Welcome to game number 2. Alter Ego is leading. Will they go to match point first, or will SRG swing it back? Let's loop back in our casters.
Coach Zephyr and RF's conversation. Freya? Yeah, Freya. Okay. It's happening again. Maybe Innocent does better this time. I don't think that was the case in the last game, but hey, this might work better. They have a different of a draft, but I still have to lean towards Alter Ego's draft here too. Just when you think you know them, they don't. Maybe that's why they have 3 masks.
Yeah, well, I also feel like there is somewhat of a clear idea as to why they are trying to stick with the Baksha going up against the Leomord. It's just that execution-wise, Alter Ego tends to get really messy in a good way, that they can't really complete the steps that are necessary for us to see what the idea is all about. Although in terms of mobility, it's still definitely going to be there.
Yo, big whiff by Sakai's there. Pops the retry and doesn't even get the camp. He will have it back up before Turtle, but still, the pressure is on, and you can see it in little things like that.
Yeah, they want to go ahead and push a lot of lanes here. A whole lot of concussive blasts here, of course. Again, this is Cram using the Sora in the XP lane with a concussive blast as well instead of the Brave Smite. Now, this is the problem with it. Like we saw on the Swiss stage, man, you know, Nino's got the Valentina with Brave Smite, Festival of Blood, and we saw it before where that Valentina pick that took the Sora ultimates and everything else was the better Sora. You know, it was like cosplaying a better version, and Nino could potentially do that here depending on how this lane breaks out.
Yes.
Not only that, but I have to really commend Alec here. One of the most diverse roamers throughout the course of M7. Probably, he might even have the most unique hero picks himself in the roam specifically, but, you know, because this is not a hero, like, Guinevere is not a hero that does too well. I think it had an 18% win rate or so.
Yeah.
But, you know, seeing Nino holding on to that ultimate, Turtles up, they've got position in favor for them.
Yeah, and coupled with these heroes, right, you could see the synergies come into play, especially with the copied ultimate from Cram that Nino could potentially combo with Alec later on. But speaking of, Alec is low.
Ooh. Fury comes down, a lot of damage on Yasuke, and Cram gets first blood. Now they're trying to respond, though. A lot of damage on Yumes. Nino able to pick up the kill, but a response back. We're 2.5 minutes in, and it's already 3 kills, 4 kills. Make it 5.
Oh, make it more, baby.
Arfi, let's lock on to Sakai's here. Can he get the final shot? Sakai's just trying to get away. One more hit, and Arfi finds it. 4-2, a turtle into the hands of SRG.
The turtle not worth it, man. A lot of those kills went over to Alter Ego, and then you have 2 on Arfi now. So, again, they're going to find themselves in the same position as before, but even better of a start for Arfi.
Yeah, we might actually beat Game 1's record of number of kills in whatever number of minutes, because so far it's been action-packed. Even Cram this time around, compared to game number 1, he's really trying to fight. And that's also mainly because you could say that he is on a Sora. He is the guy that's expected to do that, especially during those first few objective takes that you see. But so far, there's no significant lead just yet between any of these two. Probably the most for Alec, because you get to see him get poked down quite often. And it's not him landing the spatial migrations all the time, but I don't think that's going to be completely necessary, because you could rely on other members of Alter Ego to just follow up, even though you miss.
Oh, the 1v1, and Cram wins it out.
All right, you're not better than me yet, basically, is what Cram said. Interesting that they just kind of battled out there, but that's what to expect. And with this, all right, they keep it together.
Yeah, so far everything's still going good for Alter Ego Esports here, although compared to the past rotations we've seen from them, there hasn't been much towards the top lane. So Innocent and RP, they're still relatively free, but despite that, it's interesting to see that RP is on a 2-0 already.
It's really interesting too with the, you know, every time the Zetian gets picked up, it's not entirely a dead lane in the mid lane, but it's more so like most mages cannot go against the range that the Zetian has over them. So you more so are kind of just stuck there waiting.
Oh, nice flicker with the Violent Requiem and the knockup, and in comes Yasuke, trying to clean things up. Cram is able to get away though. Alter Ego gonna clear the wave and move up onto the turtle.
Huge for Selangor Red Giants. Cram is still alive though without the flicker. Alter Ego.
Run onto Alec. Sakai's looking for another shot. Alec forced to run away. Now Hijime and Nino on the way. Yasuke does not have the Phantom Steed just yet, but he is still gonna start this turtle.
Okay, Nino is gonna go take that ultimate, then they just call off the turtle for now, while they go ahead and reset, grab the buffs that they need, especially for Yasuke. And you notice in the last fight that we saw, Yasuke got blitzed. So at some point, you got to be able to go ahead and maneuver around that for the way that SRG is taking these fights. So look at the control of Alter Ego, man. They pretty much just won that objective by just taking control around it.
Yep, and they will continue to pressure Sakai's.
They
got it.
Get it. Sakai's is Who did get it? I'm looking for the orange buff right now, and I do not see it. Yasuke pulls up with it, able to get the Violent Requiem, and Yasuke gets the kill. Yumes, in the midst of 4 members, can't survive in a double kill. Over to Yasuke.
I guess that confirms Yasuke actually got away the orange buff. So Sakai's now down 2 deaths, and is literally being... Okay, that's a passive from Stormy. They're not gonna finish off that kill, but yeah.
I think it's purple too.
All resources almost gone for you.
Yeah. Oh, Stormy.
Stormy got it.
Oh.
Sorry, I knew Yasuke didn't get it.
Okay.
All right, back to reality.
Flicker used. At least it's on SRG's side.
Yeah.
Still, nonetheless, they've really got to be able to go ahead and deal with what's being thrown at them. It was great playing around the objective by Alter Ego, but then even when they decided to put pressure on the jungle of SRG, there wasn't much of a response. Even looking at the items, again, they're not really where they need to be in terms of like fighting pressure. You've We've got a Radiant Armor, a couple leg plates over here across the board for more of the tankier members of SRG. DHS is there for Innocent. Obviously, he's still working on that second item, trying to build up here. But more so, he's just kind of farming up. He doesn't have to do anything fancy until he gets to that point. And as we always say with Claude, that's kind of like that. It's that card that you have in the later portion of the game, the mid game, late game, especially when the Trinity is there. And as long as Innocent can farm up, that's great for him. But more so, like we've seen, when a Freya is across from you, that's not everything, right? And at the same time, Alter Ego continues to build up.
Jermaine just got that Sky Piercer in the way he's been playing. It might be big. The backside, Cram able to get the Shifting Clouds. The Fury comes down and the stun doesn't matter. Sakai's now moving on to Yazuke, but Yazuke still up. Cram getting low, and comes Arfi, diving on top of Sakai's. Arfi looking for the kill as Cram falls short on the top side of the fight. But in comes the Blazing Duet, and Innocent is immobilized. There's nothing he can do. Yazuke stomps forward.
And they lose 4 members of SRG in that fight. Alter Ego is just making it all work.
Yep, without Stormy there first, it was a massive problem here for SRG. Cram too decided to continue what was started. He was split up, he was separated from the rest of the members, but Alter Ego had enough damage to deal with him. Now when they decided to shift, even when Innocent was there, even when there was a decent amount of damage coming in from the Blazing Duet, you know how Alter Ego plays. They're just all over the place, so nowhere is safe, not even with the BMI.
Man, not even, oh no, they're gonna go again.
The lock on. Hijime able to get some nice chip damage, and they're all brought back. Yazuke low, and Hijime gets the kill on Humes. Alex is trying to get away with the Fury of the Phoenix. Bashes them down in the bottom side. Keeping our eyes on Nino. Oh! He finds the kill onto Stormy, and it's nothing but Innocent standing.
The fight looked so good for a second for SRG, but they lose 4 again, back to back.
Nino on this Valentina, who's, I don't know, he's been using more of the Sora ultimates than Cram has ever did. And we have to take a look at the instant replay to see how things actually broke out. So if you were to focus on Innocent, definitely it looked really okay, because it was coupled with the crowd control that Cram was actually able to use on the Sora. But those last minute dodges from the Fury of the Phoenix and this tanky mode that you get to see from Nino in the Shifting Clouds.
That's what I'm saying. That minor adjustment and not getting hit by the Fury of the Phoenix. Oh, traction ball's thrown out, man. AE is not letting up at all. They want to go ahead and take the buffs if they can. And I think SRG really wants to keep this side of the jungle.
Oh, big dive from Arfi! And the knockup as well with a Violent Requiem. A beautiful Shifting Cloud comes in, and now members are dropping on each side. Arfi, though, still standing strong. He takes him down, and Sekai's will be the last to drop. Yazuke with a triple, and Arfi gets thrown the other 2.
Yeah, a couple fell from Alter Ego, but man, oh man. SRG just keeps throwing their bodies into a wall, and that wall is Alter Ego.
And now, how unfortunate is it for SRG that it's Arfi and Yazuke who were still left alive at that moment? No one could hold them down. Who could you expect to actually dish out the crowd control? There was Cram, he was there, but he used majority of it to set up multiple members of Alter Ego, which we thought would already look good for them, but Yazuke and Arfi just walked past all of that.
Oh, another Violent Requiem. But in the backside, Yazuke doesn't care about the bullet in his face. He's gonna smash right through. And a nice Arfi on a Stormy. There's no escaping back on the other side. Hijime finds Cram, and Sekai's is all alone once again.
Alter Ego has done it time and time again. They'll do it for the 3rd time. They'll make their way to this bottom turret as Humes has to watch.
Gonna force it again. No Holy Shields. They've already taken out the mid and bottom lane Holy Shields. It's Humes alone!
Alter Ego have been playing too long today, but Innocent's gonna come out. Alter Ego's forced to back off, and Yazuke takes the Lord. First Lord of the game. And inhibitor's already broken.
Dude, at this point for SRG, I would almost just say, man, like, I mean, think about how many team fights there's been. And I would be thinking, man, we have this, but then all of a sudden we don't. And that's in a weird position to be in because your biggest damage dealer, which is usually the Claw like we mentioned. Whoa, Purify was used, by the way. The Purify is gone now for Innocent, and Lord is making its way down bot.
Yeah.
This is going to be even tougher. He's going to have to rely on some defensive items and fancy footwork to make this work. They're going to go for the base. Holy Shields pop. RP jumping for Humes as that top shield is going to pop as well.
Yeah.
But now with the Lord making its way down bottom, how does SRG defend this? They are 12,000 gold behind, and this has been a dominant game for Alter Ego Esports.
They have range. They could definitely take advantage of that, but not if they're diving like this.
RP once again in a nice shifting clouds. Anything that Cram to do to save the team, but it's not going to be enough. The Alter brought low. Stormy able to try to do something. All members still standing, and Nino cleans them up. They lock onto the base, and Alter Ego take us to match point.
El Padre, he does it better. Taking the IMU ultimate, taking the Sora ultimate, and capitalizes on the push into the base. Alter Ego, I still have to say it. What are we gonna do with the draft? Take the Freya, what do you take away?
Take away the Freya. They need to stop.
But it's not even just the it's everything, man.
I enjoy seeing it, don't get me wrong. I enjoy seeing it and how good RP is with it, but not when teams aren't able to keep up.
You gotta take away, I don't know, the Freya, maybe the Leo Mord, but then, and that's what the panel mentioned, just when you think you have Alter Ego figure it out, you don't. They bring something else out in the draft, and I gotta say, the versatility of Alec, making this Guinevere, who has an abysmal win rate, makes it work, man. And the amount of times that they were low health, fighting these fights but relying on each other, plus the killing spree that is here too with Yosuke, man, they were able to do this so beautifully. Like, what is going on with Alter Ego? Is this the momentum from Series? Look at the smiles on Nino's face, man. Again, match point now. Match point against SRG. We're going to throw this over to the panel to break this one down because, man, what a game.
You know, instead of turning this into a podcast where we end up dogging on SRG, let's focus on Alter Ego. Let's just glaze them up until the next draft. I mean, from every role, every moment, every second, they know what they need to do and they get it done. They are playing perfectly right now. We put up some signs here. El Padre, that is Leo's new name here for Nino.
My vote for MVP this game.
His vote for MVP this game. And something in Filipino written by Wolf, ban nga kasi Freya, which means?
You should have banned Freya. You should have banned Freya. I told you to ban Freya, something like that.
At this point, it doesn't matter if the gold laner is confident of meeting and matching Arfi in lane. You are giving comforts that Alter Ego are using to dissect your entire gameplay. It's not about the individual skill. It's about how these heroes brought together make Alter Ego look perfect.
That's super correct, because you can see that the Freya Mord is just so good that even in that last big clash that happened around the orange buff of SRG, it was the Freya and the Leo Mord that actually survived the entirety of that, despite having so much explosion out there. But then you also have to think about the composition here coming out from Alter Ego and how they were able to use it. And also, their rotations into the first turtle were very interesting. But also, you could kind of expect it. The strength of the Freya is you can leave your lane, fast clear it, leave your lane, get into the turtle, force a 5v4. And we've seen that so many times. I'm just surprised at how much this has been repeated. I think, I hate to use this word, but teams are getting so stubborn when it comes to managing the Freya Mord.
And let's say all is done. We've picked our heroes, we've locked into the draft, which is, again, when you look at it on paper, let's say a week ago, 2 or 3 days ago, you'd say, I don't think that Kimmy would survive. Ooh, interesting, Guinevere Rome.
Yeah.
You would think this is winnable for SRG, even favored sometimes when you get winning rotations, right? But something about Alter Ego and the order in which they pick makes you think you're safe. And I can't believe it. Again, just to add to the whole Freya Mord situation, you got a winning lane in the XP with the Valentina into the Sora, which was your first pick, by the way, the Sora. And then you have the less than ideal lane of the Claude having to slow roll out of there in the early game against a Freya that's just always game. Come first turtle, she will jump you. This was writing on the wall. Alter Ego are on the same pace as they were against Liquid and are just literally just pressing load game.
In long tournaments like this in M7, like, you know, there's 2 weeks, the meta game evolves, and there will always be a team who has the meta figured out. And it's very clear, with an 8-0 and 10 performance, back-to-back Freya Mord, this guy deserves to be the MVP. The way that he actually changes his target to the proper target eventually, like who you would think that Freya would only counter the Claude, but there were so many times that he actually finished off the kill onto Sekai's when Sekai's didn't have the Busans anymore, or the shield unity, I mean. And then he goes for that, gets for the last hit, and then eventually just takes out the entirety of the team when they do get out.
Yeah, not to mention how a lot of Alter Ego's heroes naturally, save for maybe the Kimi, take away the passive of the Zetian. So already, one of our saving graces of, oh yeah, that's why SRG, that's why Stormy was so comfortable in the Zetians, because it's the ultimate utility hero that might be able to counter and slow down RF's forward momentum. But alas, it wasn't. Even that wasn't enough.
His name is 1 letter away from being the name of the hero he's using, guys.
A-E-R-F though.
A-E-R-F.
That's Freya.
Oh, that's true.
It's all there.
It all aligns. It's the Garuda for Indonesia. I mean, I don't know the word for Valkyrie, so we'll use the word for eagle. It's the Garuda. What else can we say? Okay, looking away from Alter Ego for a moment, looking back into Selangor Red Giants, they look awkward with this box to jungle. That has to change, I feel like. On paper, you can see the ideas, it works, but they just look awkward moving with it.
There was a time during the first turtle when you can see the idea behind this lineup. You start with the Zetian ultimate to alley-oop your stuns that will come from the Sora eventually, and of course the jump from this backshot. And you also have that spotter, which in this case is Yums, so that no matter what happens, you will have a maximum efficiency with your ultimate on the Zetian. However, the biggest problem that they had to face was Nino copying the Sora, and because of that, they exchange your explainers. All of a sudden, you have a Sora diving you as well as this Leomord.
And already, you're losing that exchange. You're not even thinking of what the laning looked like. So, approaching the situation, you're at a disadvantage. In the situation, unless Alter Ego just decides to stand there and take the Fury of the Phoenix lying down, that's your only way to win. So that's why this one went, I don't want to say a little bit faster, but way faster. We came from an almost 90-minute game to now just a 12-minute game.
At this point, we already brought it up in the previous series, you cannot question the mentality of Alter Ego, but definitely their mentality is they are already in the Grand Finals. They're playing as if they've already won the Grand Finals. This performance from them is peak. Yes, game number 1 was a lot of trades, but then if you look back at the trades they were taking, it was taken at the right time, and they eventually found the clap back. It's a team that, I don't know, are they being undermined by the teams that they're going up against?
I think that's where it boils down to when you're talking about mentality. Something about Alter Ego makes teams like Team Liquid earlier today, and now with SRG, they want to fight Alter Ego on the same front, wherein most times it's not a good idea.
And it's also another to really believe in the composition that you have. This is the second time that SRG have employed this Bakshi plus the Claude, which actually works. Like, just if you're looking just on the face value of this kind of composition from SRG, you have 2 scaling heroes from your mid lane as well as your gold lane. That's just like super normal. And you have good early game heroes between the Hilda, the Baksha, as well as the Sora. In any scenario, if you use them against a utility or against an assassin or a fighter jungler, it would have worked. But this is not just you have not a fighter jungler or an assassin. This is a Freya with a Leomord. It has been refined over by Alter Ego. You can see how well they adjust with that.
Yeah, the Leomord of Alter Ego is not undefeated. The Freya for RP, not undefeated. But that is a 70% win rate on average from these 2 heroes. At this point, again, I apologize if we sound like a broken record, but if a team is this good with this specific strategy, no matter the theory that you